and welcome to the panel, How to Break into Creative Tech Industries and Stay Competitive. Our primary focus today is going to be on the sports entertainment industry and creative industries, and the technological tools needed to build a career in these fields. Thank you, first of all, to Jay Tucker from the Anderson School of Business for providing the opportunity for us to have this panel. I'm Maya Beasley. I am the co-founder of the T10 Group, which is a diversity consulting firm, and I am also a research professor at the University of Maryland. I am lucky enough today to be joined by Lemur Walker, Andrea Berry, and Ted Milner. In just a minute, I will let each of them introduce themselves, and then we'll have about a 20-minute conversation among our panelists. We will follow that up then by opening it up to audience questions. Please feel free to send your questions in as they come to you, and once we open it up to the full discussion, we will get to them. So let's start with some quick introductions. Perhaps Lemur could start.
Hi everyone, my name is Lemur Walker. I'm co-founder and Chief Design Officer of Valence Community, a professional network and career navigation platform. I got my first start in the entertainment industry by working as an intern in the set design and production design arena. And it really was so formative into the career path that I've been able to enjoy, working across several different technology and media opportunities. And from the worlds of interactive advertising to innovation in the enterprise space, I've been fortunate enough to be able to manage and mentor quite a large array of people that I really am still close to this day, and look forward to talking with you about what you can do with your careers.
And Andrea?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrea Berry. I'm the Senior Vice President of Broadcast TV and Film at the Production Resource Group. We are a group that provides technology solutions for all genres of entertainment, including live television, scripted and unscripted programming. I actually started my broadcast career as well as an intern. I was a computer science and engineering student at the Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago, and I started at the O&O station of NBC in Chicago, and worked throughout my collegiate career, and then ended up at CBS in New York. I have had the opportunity of working on very large shows and managing large crews. I was a technical producer, but I was also the senior vice president for Fox Sports and Fox Sports Net's field operations. So I've been a part of many launches of channels, many launches of leagues, as well as live production broadcasts. My career has expanded many years for my whole adult life, and presently I'm into, just as Lemur said, mentoring, managing, and coaching people on how they can have very fruitful careers like myself in the entertainment industry.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Ted?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Ted Milner. I'm president of Executive Temps. Executive Temps is an entertainment employment agency. And what we do is we service networks in the studios and some production companies. Primarily, we place admin support and executives within the industry. We started out, when we first started out, NBC was our first account, and then we grew it from there. The executive vice president of NBC is a former employee that we place. The vice president, Jesse Collins Entertainment, we place. The vice president of Cartoon Network, the director of business affairs at HBO. So basically, in a nutshell, what we do is we launch people's careers. We provide them opportunities that want to work behind the scenes and control the content of what the world sees on TV.
Fantastic. Well, I'm guessing you're going to get a lot of contacts, Ted. So let's start it out with a question. Andrea, you had started talking a little bit about your career, but could you maybe tell us a bit more about how you were able to land your first job in the entertainment industry?
It was actually by accident. I knew going in the engineering curriculum that I didn't want to be the traditional engineer because I had that left brain, right brain thing going on where I was an artist as well as a technologist. And I started with my own collegiate radio station, and I was able to have my own show. And then NBC, under the guise of affirmative action back then, which we called diversity, equity, and inclusion these days, were recruiting minority students to become vacation relief technicians and members of the NABIT union. And so we were literally trained for 2 or 3 weeks at the station to be camera people, graphics operators, lighting folks and everything. And within 2 or 3 weeks, we were on the air doing live news and talk about, pushing us into the fire. And that ignited my love for the entertainment industry because I developed this high for live television. My collegiate experience allowed me to have 3 years of experience before I even graduated from college. So I was recruited by CBS. So I really fell into it just because I needed an internship. I needed to pay my tuition, and that was one of the jobs that I had interviewed for, and didn't know that this was kind of, God's way of saying this is what you're supposed to do. I was able to stay relevant, of course, because of the years in the business, but I also continued to learn, and I had great people training me constantly on what to do and what not to do. And I made the shift into management after I graduated from college because I realized that I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to understand the big picture of the industry in general. And so I chose management over technical management, over actually being a button pusher and pushing buttons and operating equipment. So there's different avenues that we can take in order to develop longevity in the business.
I'm curious, how did you find those, I guess I would call them mentors along the way?
Being the sole Black person and the sole woman in a lot of very male-dominated situations, I just started developing friendships, and I wasn't afraid to ask questions. I think we have to be confident enough in ourselves to ask questions and to really develop relationships with the people that you're working with, no matter what they do. You have to respect everybody's position. The entertainment industry is all about team building and team working. We cannot do a show alone. And so I would actually sit next to the audio guy and ask him, what are you doing? What do all those buttons mean? What are you doing? And they would actually sit there and explain it to me because I came off as if I wanted to learn. And I think that if you genuinely show in a humble way that you want to learn, people will give you information. The last thing you want to do is walk into a situation and say, I'm better than you, I know more than you. And that doesn't allow for a mentor to want to give you information and share information and teach you. So I would recommend that people have a humble attitude, but a confident attitude on how they want to learn in the industry. And the mentors that I was able to, they were all white males, literally. I was lucky enough later in my mid-management career to have Jonathan Rogers at the time, who ran CBS stations, to be one of my mentors. He guided me on a more upward track for management. But when I first started, it was all white males who mentored me. And I think it was because I was open to learning, they were open to teaching, and we developed relationships to the point where I still am friends with these older guys. And they were pioneers in television. So it was, I would recommend that you just stand out and you don't be afraid to ask questions and don't be afraid to learn.
Excellent. Excellent. And Lamar, I'll ask you the same question in terms of getting that first position. How did you